Hello guys, welcome to my Greater Talks channel. Let us discuss today the 20th thought of the Gita from the 7th chapter, that is two forms of God, physical and energetic. There are two forms of God. First form is clear, physical and heavy. The second form is unclear and energetic. Creation begins with the combination of the two forms, clear and heavy, unclear and energetic. The eightfold nature of God is earth, wind, sky, fire, water, mind, intelligence, and ego, which are forms of clear and heavy form of God. There is another nature or power beyond all these eight forms which supports all living beings. The consciousness or the power that drives the eightfold nature is the supreme form of God. Krishna explains to Arjun that one can know God by practicing non-attachment. Krishna focuses to tell Arjuna that God is the fundamental principle of the universe. God's current form is just an earthly incarnation or avatar. Most people cannot understand that God is the principle in all things. Ignorant people believe only in what they see with their eyes and other senses. The enlightened people can see beyond the three gunas like sattva, raja, and tama, which we will see in detail in the later episodes. They can recognize God as the eternal essence of all. Krishna divides those who worship him into four types: the person who remembers the God in their suffering, the person who remembers God when he wishes to seek power, the person who remembers God when he wishes to seek wisdom, and the sage who has left all worldly desire and remembers God. The sage is the person who already has achieved calmness of mind through yoga and meditation and understands the nature of God and self. People who understand the nature of God also know the self, total freedom of the self, and the nature of action, that is, difference between good and bad deeds. We can say that God is the origin and end of the world. So friends, the question arises is, how should be our behavior? Thinking persons of every society have the curiosity to know how the creation of animals and creation took place. Many thinkers have given many answers to this question. The thought of origin or the creation of the universe is found in Bhagavad Gita. The scientific thinkers believe that the origin of the universe is due to the energy or the power to drive its motion. The views of the scientific thinkers about the origin of the universe in simple terms are that they call the part of consciousness as energy instead of God. We should take into account various views on the same subject and accept the view that is acceptable to us. Now friends, let us see the story of Rajesh and Jayesh, who were debating under an ancient banyan tree. They had a conflict over the existence of a divine superpower. Rajesh argues for faith and hidden aspects, while Jayesh demands noticeable proof. Despite their differences, a shared moment of wonder under the sky leads them to appreciate the intense beauty and mysteries of existence. Rajesh says, Jayesh, you speak of proof as if the world we see is all that exists. But tell me, have you ever seen the wind, or do you merely feel its touch? You cannot see the wind, so you cannot say that it is not real. Jayesh says, Rajesh, the wind is something noticeable. We may not see it, but we can measure its force, observe its effects. It is part of the natural world, and the wind works as per the laws we can understand. Your God, however, is different. Where is the proof of this divine superpower you speak of? Where is the evidence that it exists beyond your faith? Rajesh says, faith is the proof, Jayesh. We should trust the aspects which we cannot see. We should believe in something greater than ourselves, like the beauty of creation, the complicated design of life, the very essence of love. These are all reflections of the divine. Don't you feel amazed when you see the beautiful nature, mighty mountains and waterfalls, the working of a human body and its organs, and the inherent love of a mother for her child? They are the whispers of God in our lives. Jayesh says, beautiful words, Rajesh, but they are not enough. Beauty and love are human experiences, products of our minds and emotions. They don't prove the existence of a God. You see patterns and meaning where I see uncertainty and natural processes like the occurrence of rain and various natural disasters which are caused due to the scientific reasons. The universe does not need a creator to be amazing. Rajesh says, but is it not more than just amazing, Jayesh? We are the tiny living beings in this vast universe, and we can think of the beauty, love, emotions, and the cycle of seasons meant for our survival. We can feel connected to something so huge and endless. We as human beings have the capacity to think about the vast power, and we take efforts to search for the real meaning beyond the physical world. Don't you feel that it is great? Jayesh says, I feel perhaps it is our need to feel safe and find security in the unknown aspect. We seek explanations where there may be none, invent gods and legends to fill the gaps in our understanding. I would rather live with unanswered questions than to believe in comforting fictions. Show me something real, something undeniable, and I will believe. Rajesh says, smiling softly, what would you accept as proof, Jayesh? Will you be assured by seeing a sign in the sky or a voice from the heavens? Will you reject it as a trick of the mind? We cannot take hold of the truths in our hands, but we feel those truths in our hearts like various human emotions of kindness, gratefulness, sensitivity, and sensibleness. Jayesh says, pausing and gazing at the ancient oak tree. Perhaps, Rajesh, if there is something beyond what we can understand, we should be happy if it remains hidden. Maybe it is not meant to be found, or maybe it does not exist at all. For now, I will follow what I know. Rajesh says, and I will continue to search for what lies beyond. Jayesh says, what if you realize at the end of your life that whatever you were looking for all your life was just a fantasy and you wasted your whole life in the search of something that never even existed? You will feel regret of missing out on living and enjoying your one and only life. Then a gentle breeze sweeps through the village, rustling the leaves above them. The two men fall silent, both lost in thought, their eyes drawn to the sky as the wind whispers its timeless song. Jayesh says, you know, Rajesh, maybe we are both searching for the same thing in our own way. We just call it by different names. Rajesh says, perhaps, Jayesh, perhaps the truth we seek is not a matter of sight or proof, but of the spirit that drives us to keep searching. Under the ancient banyan tree, they sit quietly, the debate forgotten for the moment, united by the shared wonder of existence. So, friends, we are still in search of the real forms of God. It is only a matter of different views, but the real power, as I believe in, is God exists in the goodness of human beings. So friends, I hope you have liked this story and the 20th thought of the Gita. Let us discuss the 21st thought with the story in the next episode. Please make sure to listen, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes and interesting videos. Thank you, goodbye, and Jai Shri Krishna.